looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to Market Recap. I am Dan Hodgman. It is Thursday, August 19th. I hope you guys all had a great day. We had some movement, right? We saw the crude oil kind of opening up a little bit on its lows. Finally started to creep back there a little bit. Not a huge move, though, compared to what we've been seeing. Closer to about a 90-cent move there from low to high, comparative to what we have seen in the last few weeks. But we worked ourselves into a nice little level. We've got equity markets opening up way lower. Looked like they wanted to continue lower right before the open, and as soon as those market opens, they were off to the upside. No hesitation there. No pulling back on the initial move. We saw a little pullback in both S&Ps and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ pulled right back to settlement price and bounced from there, where the S&Ps went a little bit lower, checked some of our moving averages, and have bounced right back to the high of the day, and looks like it's resolving just slightly up on the day. Same principle applies for the NASDAQ, where gold, on the other hand, once gold opened up, broke itself all the way down to overnight lows, bounced a little bit, checked settlement price once again. Settlement rejected it and sent it back lower. The euro trended lower all day, worked itself right down to overnight lows. Pretty nice setup there. And lastly, you had the 10-year note, pretty much inside day all day there since 7 or 8 o'clock this morning. Couple ticks up, couple ticks down, so it's a tough one there. PD, I see you're commenting here. Hopefully we were able to get things figured out for you with those volume profile. If not, we'll see if we can help something out, or worst case scenario, maybe we can have our support team help you out with that. Going on in the world right now, obviously we still have the continued stuff going on in the Middle East. Keep your eyes on that one, pay attention there. We also have some concerns going on in Washington, D.C. North Carolina man was apprehended for bomb threats, forced evacuation in Washington, D.C. Thankfully, nothing terrible happened there, and one less thing to worry about there. Other than that, really no major news, other than equity markets are up. Delta variant continues to be strong. Middle East concerns continue to happen. The big question goes right to what we talked about on Coach's Playbook this week. Is this news event going to affect these markets, right? We got to think that macro perspective. Is something like the Delta variant going to have the effect that what COVID-19 did last year? I don't know. We've made it through 18 months, give or take, of this COVID. And if the lockdowns continue to happen, is it going to affect the markets? Are we going to have government stimulus coming back in? What's going to happen? Can it send them lower? There's really a lot we have to think about there, right? We want to be conscious of that and paying close attention to how those news events are going to affect the greater economy. No matter how terrible the events might be, what kind of effect can it actually have on the economy? As a trader, do we have to pay attention to? And obviously, if there's, if there struggles on you emotionally, that's a signal. Let's stay out of trading for a little bit. It does happen. So just something I wanted everyone to kind of keep our eyes on and think about there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at these charts, but I want to say hello to everyone. Bill, George, Tanya, PD, yet another crazy day of unexpected moves. Couldn't agree more. How many times can shorts get their faces ripped off? No kidding, unless you're keeping those shorts small, right? There's been some opportunity for shorts. We'll take a look at one in the NASDAQ that really broke down nicely for us there. We'll take a look. Brian, good to see you. Ange, good to see you. They're close enough. I think it's the program. I'm using Tradovate, not TS Trader. Very possible. Hopefully they're at least within a few ticks of each other. Norman, good afternoon. Way to go. happy to give some advice, and super pumped for you there, Norman. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our charts here and see what we got going on. We're going to go ahead and start with crude oil here. And remember, we have rolled into October. Crude oil settlement price for October is 65. Where am I at? Here we go. 65.21. Oh, hold on. You can't see my my cursor there. Let's get that back. All right, here we go. So, like I was saying, yesterday's settlement price was 65.21. 60. Where am I at? Here we go. 65.21. Market opened up extremely far away from settlement price. We opened up right down about $63.15. So, how often do we talk about closing the gap to settlement price? How realistic is it? Is it a trade to look for? Is it something that I see as potential? Absolutely, but we've got to really pay attention to how that market opens up. So, when we take a glance here, as this market opened up, we did not see, oh, whoops, I have our profile off. Here we go. We did not see the takeoff to the top. We saw the pop and the pull right back. When we are looking for this market to close a huge gap, like we said, up to 65.21, to see it close $2.50 gap like that, we need to see acceptance right away. This market showed right away they were not ready to accept the higher prices. So we have to be patient and wait for the buyers to come in if we're looking for the long side move. Market quickly rotated over very nicely down towards overnight low. Once we start trading at overnight low, we are in a position to then possibly look for that long. Now we're in a downtrending market. It's pretty tough to buy the long in a downtrending market that we've been seeing here for the last couple days. So that's going to have to be that judgmental call, that moment where we say things are different. Now, what's one way to start to see that change? Well, as I've said plenty of times, I really try and create these little channels for my trading. So, again, loosely drawn here. This is just so we can get a little bit of a visual. So we've got a slight channel here of this market on the downside. Now, when we flip things over on the upside, this is another way to start to see that this market is looking to accept outside of said channel. Again, very crudely drawn lines here, just so we can paint a little bit of a picture. We start to see possibly hesitation down on the low side, but here's where we can look at it and say, all right, if I'm looking for the long, I'm at least looking to see this thing rotate a little bit higher towards the inside, towards where we traded in the heart of that last night during the London session. That's what I'm going to be looking for here. Possibly bring my stops just a little bit lower, but that to me is where we can look for an opportunity and say, here's what I'm going to look for. If I can see this market break outside of this, then I've got some areas up above to make some adjustments for myself. And this market rallies really nicely from overnight lows right to overnight consolidation area. Overnight consolidation, we fall a little short of that, but really a good opportunity for a trade there. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500, which created some volatility here today, to say the least. Market opened up on the lows, and here's the difference. Here is the difference compared to the gold when looking for closing the gap to settlement price. Settlement price in this was 4,394 half, 43.94 half, 43.94 half, right below today's point of control. So market opens up, and the initial move was higher, acceptance higher, looking and holding strong buys. So that to me is a great signal to possibly catch it. Well, we get pretty darn close right away, and maybe you miss it off the open. That's okay. Now we're back at settlement price. We're going to look for some opportunity at settlement price. Where can we see this market run to? Well, we can look for prior swing lows. We've got value areas of the prior day. We did not make it to the value area. This market started to stall out right at that prior swing low. Swing lows, swing highs, they tend to come back into play when the market gets near them. So we checked that swing low, rotated right back down through settlement price, a little bit lower. NASDAQ will show us a little bit even tighter, that settlement price. Market rotated lower and bounced once again right to that swing low, which happens to be today's high, 44.14. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, really nice upside move here today, closing the gap to yesterday's point of control. When a market gets near that point of control, we are looking for opportunity towards it. And we've got 3 key levels here. Excuse me, not 3. 2 key levels here to look at. Point of control, value area low from the prior day. 2 great levels that has our attention off the open, market off the open, showing holding buyers, rotating things higher. We're initiating some good volume to the upside. Basic principles of volume say this thing. As the volume comes in, look for market to continue in that direction. As volume starts to show some divergence, we start to see that volume slip. As market's going in a direction, look for that market to slow down and possibly rotate lower. Well, settlement price in this market to yesterday was 14,849 quarter. 14,849 quarter. So, market broke through settlement price, and this is where we get to start to look for that opportunity to possibly catch the long right to point of control. Now we hit point of control from yesterday, and that's when this market quickly reversed, rolled over extremely fast, rolled right back over almost to settlement price, but right to our overnight high. And that, to me, really a great opportunity there if you're looking, PD, for some of those shorts in these wild equity markets. We got to have really high probable setups into key levels and areas that we're looking at and that are proving consistency. Next, let's go ahead and look at the gold. Like we said, gold opened up higher this morning, and this is what I'm loving. We opened up right at yesterday's point or value area high. I love this. We opened up right at it. We made the attempt to push higher, did not accept, and as soon as we showed we could not accept outside of yesterday's value area, market rotated right to the other side of value and continued its way down. To me, great opportunity, great setup here to look for the short side move on to the inside, right? We got equities popping. In theory, fundamentally says gold should break down just a little bit. All right, next, let's look at the euro. Euro trending lower all day, continued with that trend. We opened up at yesterday's value area low. Boom. Quick short, see if we can get this thing to check overnight lows. I mean, that to me is where we're looking at. Value area low from yesterday. We have not accepted inside of it. We've seen multiple attempts to get inside and rejected. Boom, short. Where are we taking our shorts to? Overnight lows. Very simple setup there. Love seeing this stuff. To me, this is what those good trades are all about. Using value areas and looking for those swing lows and swing highs. Lastly, let's take a look at this 10-year note. Like we said, pretty tight day all around after John spoke with you guys this morning. Stayed inside. Did not check any other levels that we're usually paying attention to. 2 ticks up, 4 ticks down from point of control all day. So looking at a 6-point range since John spoke this morning. So really a tight day. Not a whole lot to say on that one. All right, everybody, those are our markets here today. Hope you guys have all had a great day so far. Week is coming to a close. The weekend is almost here. Tomorrow is Friday. Remember, I say this every week, but what is Friday? Friday is a capital preservation day. If you're up this week, you're minimizing your risk tomorrow morning if you're trading. And if you're down this week, you're not looking to make back all your losses. You're strictly coming in looking to put yourself in a slightly better situation come Sunday night, Monday morning when you get back to trading. The last thing you want to do is have a difficult Friday that sends you into the weekend. You don't want to be thinking about that all weekend. You want to get out there and enjoy it. We all love trading, but trading isn't 100% of everything. We trade for the freedoms that it provides for us, and one of those is taking advantages of our weekends. You know, not all jobs shut down for a couple days and allow us to go out and enjoy a weekend. So take advantage of that and make sure you're not letting this job send you into the weekend like that. All right. A couple things to pay attention to, or check on, I should say. Bitcoin continues to pop a little bit higher, $46,470 a coin there. Our Airbnb stock down a little bit today, $142. AMC, $33. GameStop, $152. GameStop still holding. Pretty amazing to see how it's holding steady at well above $150 right now. We'll see if it continues that way. Tesla, since getting below $700, we got another little bit of a down day here, $674. And lastly, Robinhood, the last stock we're keeping an eye on. Robinhood down a little bit here today at $44.69. And lastly, the other one we like to pay attention to is VIX. VIX popped this morning up to 23.5, holding steady, well above 20. We're at 21.7. So when these VIX continues to hold higher, look for concern, volatility, and we got to keep an eye on that stuff. And lastly, this date in history, first and foremost, it is my mother's birthday. She's probably not watching. I don't think she ever has, but happy birthday to you, Mom. We're taking her out for dinner tonight. Looking forward to that. So, also on August 19th was the first ever race in 1909 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And that's what I got for us here today. John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. So until then, you guys all have a great weekend. I won't see you until Monday, so trade smart tomorrow. Be safe. Take it easy. Get out there and enjoy the weekend. And like I said, John will be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Time. So until then, stay safe. Wash your hands. Trade smart. I look forward to seeing you guys in the markets. Take care, everybody.